Y'all, I was pleasantly surprised by an auntie. Who knew? Who knew there were aunties that are trying to spirit away the handmaids and bring on Viva la Revolucion? I'm here for it, you guys.
Eyes on me, apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love up on it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, say it like it's
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? Y'all, welcome back to the channel. We are back to talk Handmaid's Tale, the final season 6, episode 7, Shattered. We know what happened, and everybody is aghast because Nick, for once, chose himself. All right. But really, even in what he told Wharton, it wasn't an effort to save June as well. But let's get into it. So we discover what happened at Jezebel's when they sent the raid in, and basically all of the Hoets, right, that worked at Jezebel's were massacred, save Captain Jane Sparrow. She was spirited away to Commander Bell's house. And we know how that's going to end. It's going to be reckless. It's going to be a disaster. We saw her in the window later in the episode, devastated. Her face, they beat the brakes off of Captain Jane Sparrow. And I hate that for her. Aunt Lydia surveys the massacre. And of course, she is like, oh my God, Janine was here. And they're like, no, but Janine got away. She's with Commander Bell. And immediately, Aunt Lydia is crying tears of relief, tears of joy. And so eventually in the episode, she makes her way over there. And I see her. Can I talk to her? I'm so grateful to you and your wife for taking her on. And of course, Commander Bell's not going to let her in the house because it's probably a torture chamber, right? And so she won't be going to Serena Joy's wedding, which we'll get into all of that. And as Aunt Lydia is walking away, we see Captain Jane Sparrow up in the window, battered, bruised, bleeding. And it's like, and I think hopefully in this moment, she's getting an understanding of what it is. Aunt Lydia, she can't possibly be this dense. I feel like this season, of course, we've seen a transformation in her character from season 1 to now, but it's still not enough. And I'm like, sis, when are you going to see enough to be a part of the revolution? Because I think she might mess something up next episode, but we'll see. So June, of course, heads back because she's so through and so disgusted with Nick because he did what you did before. All right, let's not get pious and let's not be hypocritical. June, these people are two sides of the same damn coin. I don't care what y'all say, two sides of the same coin, right? June as well has left victims in her wake in several seasons. So let's just sit right there. And for the person in the comments who was like, us POC shouldn't be watching this, and any person of color who watches Handmaid's Tale is a pick me, you're a weirdo. That was weird. All right. This is art. And I think it's ignorant and wild not be aware and not consume. Why not? Art imitating life, imitating art. I think it's important. I think everything, well, a lot of things that are made and produced are very telling and speak to deeper societal issues, and they should be addressed. Second of all, I have never said that Nick was this perfect savior. I never said it. What I did say is that he rides for June, and he does to this day. Has, will. Now, however you view him, I view him as a product of this all. I know he was part of the crew that did everything in the preliminary works, but again, there were reasons for that as well. I just feel like all of these characters are nuanced, and it's very easy to say what you wouldn't do until you're put in a situation where you have to choose. And I think that's what's been great about the series up till now. Now, did they waver a couple seasons? For me, yeah. But overall, I think this is a great character study. But I'm going to just sit that right there and stay out of my comment section. I didn't block you because I'm trying, right? But not too much. So now we see Nick June having to explain to Luke basically what happened. He's like, you know what? I wonder what happened, whatever. June says Nick told. Nick? The one you that come into my face and whatever. And now again, we have to see more of this crap. Do you want to be with me? Are we here together just for Hannah? Is it more than that? And we have to see them look longingly into each other's eyes. It's really something that it's not, because it's not. At the end of the day, the only link is this bond you have around losing Hannah. It's grief. It's remorse. That's what's connecting you. That's what's tying your souls together, in my opinion. And I really wish they would just quit each other. But June doesn't have the gumption. And I think now, knowing that she's going to throw Nick away, throw him to the wolves, I think this is giving her more motivation to stay, because not for nothing, it felt like if it had really been able to go down, June probably would have taken Nick up on the offer to go to Paris. But right, we'll never know. Next, we see Nick talking to Rita, and apparently they had this kind of side situation where he was going to help her sister, and now he's like, I can't, and don't trust everybody. Basically, it is what it is. I'm just trying to survive out here in these streets. And again, cold-blooded. And Rita, now you're back and you're in danger, girl. You need to leave. You need to exit stage left. Serena meets with the wives of Gilead, and of course she's trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho and the leader of the radicals, and they're not receiving it. So what does your husband say? Girl, because you're talking too much, Serena. What you got to say? Naomi leading the charge with the wives, which I think is very interesting, but I think it's indicative just of the old guard. We know that Serena is not wanting to move into a brand new world, right? She's still don't really give too much of a damn. But now it's like under this guise of, now I have freedom, so things are better. I can read, I can write, I can do all, I can think. So now that's fine. All of the other principles of Gilead are perfect. Now they're talking, and of course, she's talking about the fertility clinic and using the retired handmaids to go over there. And Naomi's like, well, why do we give a damn where they go? After they give these babies, they need to be put out to pasture. I don't give a damn. And so again, we're going to meet with that resistance, but really, is it going to be resistance? I don't think so, because when she signs on that damn dotted line and has this wedding, if the wedding goes according to plan with Wharton, baby, you're going to be back over there with them. He's not going for it. He's strict. He's very strict. After the meeting with the women, the wives of Gilead, because that could be their own reality series, the wives of Gilead, we go over and Serena is talking to Commander Wharton and is like, they just didn't listen to me. I didn't feel heard. Well, now you're going to be the boss chick. You're going to be the boss lady, and you're going to be running everybody, Serena. So let me know what I got to do, who I got to talk to, who I got to beat up, because I'm the highest commander. That's right. You are. And you're going to be my first lady. Barf. Serena can't be this dumb. She's lived through too much. She's been through too much. She's seen too much, and she's done too much to really think this is as innocent and as cute as she really wants it to be. But so again, they're planning this proper Boston wedding, and they want handmaids there. He tells her that, and she's like, handmaids? He's like, yeah, handmaids. Because girl, nothing's changing. New Bethlehem is going to be Gilead. Like, I don't even know why we're still playing at that. We want to have the whole community there, and handmaids are a part. The Marthas, whatever, they're a part of all that. Child, we'll see. At this point is sick of June. Okay, hear me? Sick of June. June kick rocks with open toe shoes. I would have put her out. Because June, at the end of the day, it wasn't Nick's secret, it was yours. But eventually we have a conversation between Moira and June where, like, if I was Nick, hell, I might have done the same thing to survive. And you cute. And Janine tried to have the audacity, not Janine, excuse me, June had the audacity to try to call Nick ugly. Girl, you would never. Now, June, I can deal with a whole lot. From you, sis, but don't do that to Nick. And in that moment, we did get some levity in the episode between Moira and June, where it's kind of kiki. Well, what if it was, it was Rihanna, and June, absolutely not. She's acting like she's so heartbroken and betrayed. But again, she's been willing to call on and risk Nick's life at every turn. Make it make sense. So now we are back to, I'm going to call it the damn conclave where they keep all the handmaids at. And Aunt Lydia is there and is approached by Lawrence and is like, need you in DC right now. You got to catch a flight. We need to present your ideas for New Bethlehem and the handmaids, and only you can do it. And while she's in there, in the back of his car has Moira and June, because they're back to do their big one to try to get Janine out. And, this in time for the wedding. All the commanders are going to be there. That's the new big plan. Mayday is going to attack at Serena Joy's wedding. We'll see how this goes. But one of the aunties helped. And I was like, go, auntie. Because I thought you was one of the evil ones. But she was like, it's time for revolution. Come on, let me take you down here in this basement. Now, what I didn't like is Aunt Lydia getting nosy after her meeting with Commander Lawrence. Girls, don't go snooping around. Yeah, some water and I had to mop it up. And now you want to go investigate, Lydia? Sit down. Because don't make them kill you in the basement, because that's what will happen. I don't like her suspicions. I need her to get on that plane and leave so you can't thwart any of these plans. We do see a little bit earlier in the episode, Commander Lawrence goes to Mayday headquarters. Mark is there and kind of June, and that's where they hatch this plan because he's like, they still want to see me on the wall. I still need him gone. And June, of course, is on deck, y'all. But we will see what happens. This wasn't my favorite episode of the season, but I think it's good because we're progressing the story along. I'm really hoping episode 8 delivers. We see Rita baking a cake. Honey, is it poisoned? What? The devices, right? I hope it's fireworks at Serena Joy's wedding, and I can't wait to watch. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of episode 7, Shattered. And are you here for episode 8? Are we still watching it? I would love to know. Be sure to like, comment, do all of the things, y'all, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.